Steel, the best possible title for a mechanical porn fetish film, gets repurposed for a Hugh Jackman movie.
Although Real Steel with Hugh Jackman will likely be the porn version's title anyway.
Hugh Jackman, one of America's most beloved Hughes, stars as a boxer Charlie, whose best days as a top contender are behind him. Because what fun are boxing movies if that's not the case? But in the future, boxing has changed, and in an analogy close to the hearts of the movie's special effects supervisors, humans have been replaced by robots. Charlie must find his redemption in a world where robots, who are unable to transform, are forced into a life of boxing.
The film is from Sean Levy, director of Night at the Museum, Cheaper by the Dozen, The Pink Panther, and Date Night, a sentence which means nothing to me. The movie does look great, though, with a potentially annoying kid in a supporting role. And the kid's name is Dakota. Never a good sign.
How annoying will this kid be? Well, for just such an occasion, the movie guy's labs have constructed a scale ranging from Jake Lloyd in Jingle All the Way to Jake Lloyd in The Phantom Menace. Our scientists have scored this as a slightly lower than the kids in Jurassic Park, so that's a good sign. By the way, on a side note, when I looked up Jake Lloyd on Wikipedia, the first two words are former actor. Ouch.
In what has got to be the worst marketing move in cinematic history, toy manufacturer Mattel fails to lend its good name to a movie about boxing robots. So we're led to believe that this film is based on a short story. Okay.
Now I know Jackman is trying to be Mr. Miyagi to these robots, but aren't they programmed? I mean, just switch the power button from wuss to kick-ass. Training over, right?
The Ides of March stars Ryan Gosling as press secretary to George Clooney, who continues his streak of appearing in movies where he doesn't raise his voice. Clooney plays the only person that runs for president in movies, the greatest person in the world. Best Actor nominee The Movie also stars Paul Giamatti as their opponent's campaign manager who wants Gosling's Super Stephanopoulos on their side. And Philip Seymour Hoffman plays the fat, sweaty, frustrated guy with bad hair. Oh look, and he's also disheveled. Luckily, he's good at that.
But for those of you who think this story couldn't possibly have boobies in it, it also stars Marissa Tomei as Paul's masturbation fantasy. As a reporter for the New York Times, which becomes the recipient of Clooney's controversial secret. The press materials and trailers are mum about this, but I'm thinking blowjob.
This looks like one of the greatest casts ever. I mean, Philip Seymour Hoffman and Paul Giamatti alone, I'm there. Throw in Clooney, Gosling, Marissa Tomei, done deal. But the trailer isn't exactly a slam dunk. Rather than explain what the film really is about, it just seems like a series of important sayings that people are saying very importantly. I mean, anyone could make a trailer about that. In fact, we did! We cannot rise unless we stand.
Only in rising we shall not fall.
Your words speak louder than your thoughts.
Together there is no smaller group we can be than two.
We were once strangers, but there's nothing strange about knowing each other.
Only when we have nothing to lose
do we have everything to win.
There are no nightmares when you're chasing your dreams.
Profound statement.
Though we travel many roads, there is only one destination!
Kick off your Sunday shoes because here comes a remake of a beloved classic. Or as the kids today would call it, a brand new movie.
Audiences everywhere will be saying, I went to see a remake and a Rebecca Black video broke out. Let's watch a clip.
I know you gotta do what you gotta do, but that ain't gonna stop it from happening.
There was once a time for that law, but not anymore. This is our time.
We can come here to dance.
I see. There's an explosion in Footloose. Must be an update. Regardless, stop me if you've heard this one. A kid moves from the big city to a small town in the south called Beaumont, which is nestled in between Durr and Hale. Dancing has been banned in Beaumont due to Tea Party victories in the most recent midterm election. Because nothing stops kids from engaging in activities that adults don't enjoy, quite like banning them.
Yes, for those of you who missed the crunking spectacular Step Up 3D, there's this. MTV helped produce this film. It's their way of staying connected to the music videos while their cable channel runs programs for teens like Bruiser Tattoo and Holy Balls, I'm Pregnant.
It seems in remaking Footloose that they've blackened it up quite a bit. Well, Hollywood black, which is white with obnoxious confidence.
Here Kevin Bacon has been replaced by newcomer Kenny Wormold. I'm sure he thinks this is a springboard to a huge career, but something tells me we won't be playing 6 Degrees of Kenny Wormold anytime soon.
Director of Hustle and Flow and Black Snake Moan, Craig Brewer is at the helm here, which means that this film could either end up being a movie I don't see or a movie I forgot I saw.
If dancing has been banned, then how do all these kids know how to dance? And dance really, really well.
And a tip to the good folks at Beaumont. When a couple of kids die in a car accident because of a crazy night on the town, don't ban dancing. Start a cab service. It's clobbering time as the Fantastic Four's ever-loving blue-eyed monster from Yancey Street, Ben Grimm, gets his own movie, finally!
No.
No?
No, I don't know what you're talking about, but this is definitely not that.
Damn.
In an isolated Antarctic outpost, a crew of international scientists looking for Captain America instead unearth an alien creature frozen in the ice millions of years before John Carpenter's original version of The Thing. Subscribing to the what could go wrong theory of scientific exploration, they decide to release the creature. Before long, one of the scientists goes missing, but nobody notices because the creature, like Frank Caliendo, can imitate any one of them.
Now the team of scientists, thousands of miles from help in a hostile environment, must band together to defend themselves from the creature. But everyone in the band could be the creature. The setup is horror thriller gold, just like it was the last time around. Except now I want to screw Wilford Brimley's character, this time played by Mary Elizabeth Winstead. The rest of the cast is made up of nobodies, so that can only mean one thing: they're all going to die. Making a run on the Saw franchise's record for cranking out one rushed sequel per year, it's time for another Paranormal Activity movie.
And more found footage of Katie Featherston. Apparently they weren't looking hard enough the first 2 times around.
Technology has backfired, as now the availability and prosumerism of cameras has apparently brought us closer to demons. This sequel prequel to the prequel sequel takes place in 1988. Now let's see, 1988. Reagan was still in office. Iran-Contra was going on. Cannibal Holocaust 2 got released. Okay, 88 was scary. You get points for that. The original Paranormal Activity was shot cheaply on video for less than the cost of a single Nicolas Cage toupee. And it went on to gross over $100 million. So, how does this franchise save money? On the poster, apparently.
The Three Musketeers are back! Athos!
Porthos!
Aramis!
And D'Artagnan... This is why they're called the Three Musketeers.
Well, buckle your swashes. Here comes more sword fighting than a gay porno. As one of literature's most enduring adventure stories, The Three Musketeers returns to the screen. But really? Another remake? I'm actually physically ill from the onslaught of remakes lately. I didn't realize candy bar sales were hurting that bad.
So how do you update a classic story for the current generation that doesn't like to be reminded that they should be reading? Why, add fancy dodging, of course. And this trailer exhibits some of the fanciest dodging I've ever seen in old clothing. Not only that, there's a hip clash of modern and old technology, including an air war with blimps that fly just high enough above the sea that you'll never think for a second that they're trying to rip off Pirates of the Caribbean. Not for a second. Never.
Mila Jovovich and Inglourious Bastards Christoph Waltz star as a villainous duo, teaming up to put the dark in the Dark Ages. It also stars 3 other guys as the 3 guys mentioned in the title.
Oh, and Orlando Bloom stars, because he only makes movies where he can wear a puffy shirt. In fact, when they updated this story, I think they changed it to now the Three Musketeers go back in time to bring Orlando Bloom back to the present.
I can't wait to see them use their muskets.
They don't use muskets.
Well, that's just bad marketing.